are. So let's jump right into it. Why don't you give us a few details about you and your story, and tell us how you got to where you are today.
Sure. Thank you so much. So, as you mentioned, I started my law practice at 27, and I had exactly zero clients because not only was I young, I obviously just started in New York City, which is a cutthroat business environment. The same for the legal environment in New York City. If you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere, right? As they say.
Exactly.
So I started from nothing. I went to undergrad in Buffalo, and then I went to law school in Michigan. So I didn't even have that the professional roots down in New York City. But I came back. I'm from Queens in New York. My parents are there, and I grew up in Queens. So when I wanted to come back home, I had to start from scratch. And just like all the business owners, small business owners that I work with, that is one huge thing that we all have in common is that we all started from nothing. And in my personal life, I have two children. I have a 5.5-year old. You have to say the half, and also a 7-year-old. So I'm quite busy with them as well. So on top of being a business owner, I also have kids. I have a dog, which is another child. For those of you who know, who are dog owners yourselves, that is another child.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, I can't claim him on taxes, but I have to say he is a child. He's my firstborn, and then of course my husband. So it is a pretty busy life, but I'm enjoying it.
How, and I don't want to brush over the fact that mom and businesswoman dynamic, because there's so many women who are watching the show now who fit into that category. I too am a dog mom, and I also own a business, obviously. So how do you balance, if that's even the correct word? I mean, I don't want to say, this work life balance, because some people say that that's a myth. But how do you do it, and what tools do you use to kind of help you manage it all?
Sure. Well, also, if I'm going to be very honest, I will say that you can't have it all, right? I'm going to be
Mm,
very honest. I don't think you can have it all. You can't be the best and the most, I guess, there and present mom and also be the one with the most clients, right?
mm,
Because something's got to give. I needed to find a place within my professional career and also my life as a mom. I had to find a balance that worked for me. Is it work life balance? I don't know. Because, like you said, I don't even know what that concept really means.
mhm.
Because there is a balance, but there's also an imbalance at times, right? Some days my kids are driving me insane and I may not be able to focus as much as I would like to for my work life, right? And vice versa. But I always need to prioritize. So I believe that's the biggest or the best skill that I have learned from all of this is that I need to prioritize every day. It's a new way of thinking. Every day I have to prioritize what am I going to do that day because
Mhm.
it's not the same as it was yesterday. Things have changed, needs have changed for my clients and my family and for myself. So every day is a scheduling and also prioritizing task that I have to take on.
Hmm. Do you use checklists? I mean, I'm huge on like checklists and task lists to keep me sane.
Oh yes. Without that, I don't even think I could get by. I'll tell you, I have not only my calendar that, reminds me of things all the time. I have a magnetic calendar on my fridge that I write things down on so I can see those right away as soon as I wake up. I also am feverishly always taking notes on my phone because who carries post-its and stuff now anyway? I do sometimes, but yeah, most of the time that's how I get by. You have to constantly remind yourself of the things that are still pending so you can get to them. And I also don't believe in half-assing anything. So if I'm going to take something, if
I
I'm going
love
to
it.
take on something, I'm going to do it well and I'm going to do it the best to the best of my abilities. So if that means I'm taking in less clients because I'm busy, that is what it's going to be. But I'm not going to take on clients and not do the best job that I can do because that's just not who I am.
Yeah, and that says a lot about your ethic, your creed, and your philosophy on work. So I was